I don't eat chicken salad.
You like football? I love football.
The shark dog on it.
Yeah.
52 for the win. It is just good.
We are back another episode. What are we talking about? Well, what do we usually talk about? Football. This isn't just IFA, as although it says right here, IFA Newsroom, not just IFA. We're talking about the UFL training camp kicked off, and they're threatening to cut players. I had a few episodes, or just one, not a few. I had one episode supposed to come out, and it's not. Anyways, we got some transactions at IFA to talk about, some AF1 talk. Orlando gets kicked out. Damn it, bro. Nah, screw Orlando. Orlando sucks. And we got just more the arena football landscape, International Football Alliance landscape, UFL landscape, CFL landscape. I decided I'm going to start covering the CFL because nobody is doing that. I don't know. Anyways, so sit back, relax, and we're just going to hop right into it. Another episode of the IFA Newsroom hosted by Raphael Smerkov. We're up on YouTube, we're up on Spotify, we're up on just YouTube and Spotify. Right now, up on Threads, up on X, up on TikTok, up on Instagram, up everywhere. So, all you gotta do is, if you want, search us up, everything, on everything, search up, except Apple Podcasts, because soon, maybe. Anyways, search us up on everything, IFA Newsroom, probably see a picture of me, maybe. We're posting news and content, so, hey, do what you want to do. We're gonna get right into the news, and I'm giving takes out. I always give out takes, and I'm gonna give out one. I'm never wrong as well. If you ever noticed or ever watched, you know I'm never wrong. So we're just gonna hop right into that right there. Let's say you kept tabs with the UFL. You've kept tabs, okay? If you've even brightly so shortly brushed it up or whatever, you understand that players are holding out. Interesting, right? Well, why are players holding out? That's the one question you got to ask yourself. Why are players holding out? It's something to do with pay, quote unquote, right? Well, kinda, but not really. Now, the base pay is set at 55 grand. Now, 55 grand is apparently not enough. 48 grand was the USFL a couple years ago. 50 grand was the XFL a couple years ago. And last year was a little bit higher. Now, some players will make an estimated 70 to 80 grand throughout the season. And they're mad about that. That's 2 months of playing time. Now, they're threatening to cut players for apparently not showing up to media. Now, media day is today, Thursday the 5th and the 6th tomorrow. Oh, sorry, Thursday the 6th. Sorry, I got days mixed around. My bad. Anyways, so today is the 6th, Thursday, and tomorrow is the other media day. And they're threatening to cut players who won't show up. Now, the UFL has a lot of players who they can cut and just bring somebody else in who's more hungry. That's fine. You don't have to show up. What's going on here? Why would players threaten to boycott media day? This is normal football stuff. Now, scab players could be used, quote unquote. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Okay, you minor league players, you're not gonna make the UFL. Being dead honest, you guys have to you're not. I got people coming at me saying hey, look, the UFL this, UFL that. They're sending you emails to show up to their showcase. No one's interested in signing you. Jesus, that's different on a different day. But the UFL is not in any hot water. No, there's nothing wrong with the UFL right now. Anyways, that's just something small. Some UFL signings. Matt Corral reportedly signed with the UFL. Eli Stove, although he signed in the CFL, has signed with the Memphis Showboats as well with wide receiver Isaiah Henney. Sal Cannella is back in Arlington. Pretty interesting. Case Cookis is in Birmingham after a Jamar Smith retirement. Jamar Smith retired after 3 seasons and 3 total championships as well. Anthony McFarland is back with the Brahmas. Very major news. And along the whole landscape as well, Mateo Durant has announced his retirement. Very sad. I was a big Mateo Durant fan. Spent time with the Steelers after a 2023 XFL season, so 2 seasons, announced his retirement. Defensive tackle Toby Johnson is planning to return. And Kelvin Joseph has signed with the DC Defenders. Now, what are these quarterback battles going to look like? We got a guy of the name like Kellen Mond, Jerry Garantano, Kevin Hogan. Now, I saw something on Twitter saying that Kevin Hogan is a dark horse for quarterback 1. And I'm there and I'm like, how? How is Kevin Hogan a dark horse for quarterback 1? Hogan has to compete with a very good Kellen Mond. Kellen Mond hasn't really played football in the past 2 years. And Jared Garantano. Garantano has a season more or a few weeks more of experience. He's a starter. I mean, last year, Coach Curtis Johnson, CJ Johnson, wanted to see what he had out of Jared. He said, I know Sinet was a starter. I just want to see what I had out of Jared. Bit him in the butt. It's gonna happen exactly the same thing this year. They're gonna know who their starter is and they're gonna play the wrong guy. Typical coaching. Now, if you want to see what he had out of Garantano, what we saw wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was more of a mismanagement or coaching mismanagement. Is Garantano the starter? No. Is Kevin Hogan the starter? No. Not at all. Now, they brought Anthony McFarland back after running back Hassan Hall was added to the suspended list and is no longer with the team, who I am assuming is one of the players who's threatening to not show up to media day. Anonymously. One of the players who's anonymously. So he's added to the suspended list. They bring Anthony McFarland in, and McFarland is looking, I don't know. I know what McFarland's looking like. But I'm rooting for him. He's one of my favorite running backs. Very good. Spent some time with the Dolphins in the preseason this last year, and he's a very talented running back. Now, we're going to shift gears over to DC. Jordan Tam was supposed to be quarterback 1. We haven't seen him, lead. Ever. When the pieces aren't right there, he's not performing. He's never done it. He's never performed at a high level since 2020. That was his rookie year playing football. Now, you got Spencer Sanders. Spencer Sanders played collegiate ball at Ole Miss, had a few minicamp tryouts and stints. Interesting. They also have Mike DeLeo, but I don't think they're going to use him. So if it could be a quarterback battle, probably, but probably not. Now we're going to also shift gears again to Houston, one of the 4 other quarterback battles, I should say. Who's quarterback 1 there? Probably Nolan Henderson. And of course, they bring Anthony Brown. I know Anthony Brown is a huge, start him. Reminder, Anthony Brown is not, how do I say this? Anthony Brown isn't as good as Nolan Henderson. Oh yeah, he played collegiate. Yeah, he plays collegiate ball over in Oregon, Boston College. Yeah, crazy. But Nolan Henderson has a season with this team. Coach Johnson, you name it. And they got Jalen McClendon. McClendon is the J. Morris Smith of that quarterback room. No doubt about that, and nothing to really say about that. Now you're gonna go say Anthony Brown is not the quarterback 1 in this room. I'm being dead honest. Anthony Brown is not the quarterback 1 in this room. Jalen McClendon is quarterback 3. You're gonna split. He's gonna. Coach Curtis done this plenty of times. He's gonna split reps between Jalen McClendon. Not Jalen McClendon. Between Nolan Henderson and Anthony Brown. He's done this plenty of times. Now, I don't know what we're gonna expect out of Houston. We're gonna shift gears again to Birmingham. Now, Birmingham. Oh, it's Matt Corral, Alex Magoo, but they just brought in Case Cook. It's full circle. You can't beat them, join them. Happened twice. Three, 100 times. Case Cook is an interesting story. Of course, he didn't sign with the Memphis Showboats because they bring in new coaching, new culture, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to face their own problems there very shortly. But are we saying that Case Cook is going to start? Probably not. If he does, they're not winning they're not winning any games. I'm being dead honest about that. It's between Matt Corral and Alex Magoo, of course. Quarterback 3, he's going to be just a liability. Sit on the sideline, talk with them, help them out, coach them around, Normal quarterback stuff. Of course, he was also coaching Division 3, I believe. He also once got ejected for targeting one time. That was kind of funny. I tried to find that. I could not know him. I know I'm shifting gears there. Now we got St. Louis. St. Louis is one of the final 2-3 quarterback battles. Interesting. It's interesting that we know how good Max Duggan is. We know Siobhan Cadero is. We know Manny Wilkins is the J.M.R. Smith role of the team, or the Case Cookis role of the team, or the Kevin Hogan role of the team. Kevin Hogan is not a sleeper. Like he's not quarterback one. I don't know. I should. Anyways, Manny Wilkins is not the starter. It's between Siobhan Cordero and Max Duggan. Max Duggan will most likely see December 28th at TDECU Stadium. Being dead honest. We're going to shift gears over to Michigan. It's Bryce Perkins. Don't overthink it. It's Bryce Perkins. Bryce Perkins is the clear consensus starter. Don't overthink it. Danny Elling did not look good. And Rocky Lombardi is still young. I think Lombardi could still put up a fight for quarterback too. We could probably get this. We could probably see Danny Etling get cut, or maybe even retired. Etling hasn't been good, hasn't looked good at all. We could probably see him get cut. Now I'm leaving Arlington out of this because we know who their starter is. It's Luis Perez, Luke Glenn, and Holton Allers, other two quarterbacks, pretty good. And we're gonna finally shift gears over to Memphis. Troy Williams, Quentin Dormady, E.J. Perry. E.J. Perry demanded a release from Michigan, hinting he could be quarterback one. Who else? Quentin Dormady. What can we say about Quentin Dormady? Quentin Dormady had a winning record last year, of course. Didn't play great football, got benched for Kevin Hogan in a win, which he got credited a win, of course. Against Houston, of course. You gotta remind, that's Houston. Beat Arlington, beat Birmingham. Okay. Is Dormady the starter? Probably not. Troy Williams, of course, but they're bringing pieces Troy Williams had. Mind you, that, as in Isaiah Henney, just to name one. DeAndre Torrey, of course, I love that guy as a running back. And Kia Lassiter maybe could be Kia Loxley, not Lassiter. Kia Loxley could also be a dark horse we name across. Now, that E.J. Perry demanded his release from Michigan could point to him, of course, possibly being week one starter. Am I a hater on E.J. Perry? Yeah. Do I want him to succeed? Yeah. I'm a Kevin Hogan hater, though. I want to see Kevin Hogan get cut. I'm making a joke there. But that's an interesting one. We're gonna end the quarterback competition there. We're gonna give you updates, of course. But Media Day is today, and Wade Phillips looked like he had incredible aura. I'm gonna leave it at that. So the Orlando Predators left the AF1. Where are they gonna play? I don't know. Something about ownership selling the team, blah blah blah. They could be faced with a $1.2 million fine from the league because of contracts they signed. That's how this stuff works. So what's next in store? I don't know. I'm not the one making the rules. Now, did this need to happen? No. They said only 3 teams would be beneficial for the league, and the league would benefit off of everybody else. What? Now, you got Steven Titus making claims and assumptions saying that's not true. You got other people saying, yeah, that's not true. So, at the end, it's not looking good. In other words, the Caballeros signed somebody, Juwan Mitchell, to their camp roster. I've already discussed so much in depth about how this Caballeros team is going to look. They're starting to announce players on Instagram. So if you're seeing the players on Instagram, they signed quite a bit ago, but they're finally getting them out there. The Hawaii Ironman signed Yoshiaki Toma to their camp roster. Come May, and then the Rebellion signed lineman Darius Boyce to their camp roster. Interesting. So that's across the IFA landscape. But for now, that's really everything I have on the IFA and on football. I do know that the Nashville Cats take on the Southwest Kansas Storm this Saturday at 8 p.m. Try to watch it. Probably not. I got a lot going on. But I'll catch the game. I'll catch highlights. Jalen Morton will face off against Corey Curtis. Very excited. I'm very excited to watch Corey Curtis play. Very excited to watch Jalen Morton play. We've gotten both of those stripped away for the past couple years. No Corey Curtis games to be able to watch last year. Jalen Morton has just been a backup. Didn't really get his USFL opportunity or moment. Apparently, he was once traded. There was once a Jamar Smith trade for Mark Thompson where Jalen Morton was also sent somewhere. I don't remember where it was. Interesting. I thought that was super, super interesting. No one actually reported that one, but Jalen Morton will get his play. Corey Curtis will get his play. My boy Jaron Myers is inactive for the game, and I was like, damn. Maybe you could see like one or two plays, but I would have clipped them and posted them and invited them as a collaboration. But that'll do it for this episode. Short episode. Now let's really discuss. I know there's more, UFL in depth, but hey, I gotta get something out there right now, so that'll toss it in. Thank everybody who subscribed. 30 subscribers. Cool. Thanks for the listen. So I hit 75 total streams, and I was like, all right, cool. But thanks for the follows. I hit 1K, and we're over 1100K. 1100, not 1100K, but we got 1100 followers. So thank you for that. I'm gonna keep just boom. Take my time. But for now, that'll do it. Thank you for everybody who's listened, everyone watched, everyone subscribed. Hey, more will be coming out, but for now, just gotta trust the process, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, on Spotify, on YouTube, that'll do it. I feel like I'm missing more. I don't know, JT Breaks episode. I hope you enjoy that one. But we're gonna start maybe a mini-series. Maybe a mini-series if you're listening this deep in. More IFA news will come out. It's just right now is like that dry season, so I'm like, bro. Hey, but for now, that'll do it. Thank you for listening, everybody.